Waking up every day is, in itself, a miracle. It is a divine gift that renews our strength and gives us the opportunity to start over. Every dawn, I thank God for the life that flows within me, for the air I breathe, and for the abundance that surrounds me, even if sometimes it is disguised in small details. God is the infinite source of all good things in our lives. It is He who guides our steps, even when the path seems uncertain. It is He who strengthens us, who gives us resilience to overcome adversity, and who, with His infinite love, presents us with blessings that are often invisible to the eye, but that deeply touch the heart. I am grateful for every blessing that transformed my life, for every miracle that shaped my destiny. I'm grateful for the strength that allows me to move forward, for the resilience that helps me face challenges, and for the faith that keeps me firm, even in the most difficult times. Because even on cloudy days, God shows us that the sun will always be there, waiting to shine again. Gratitude is a door to prosperity. When we give thanks, we make space for abundance to flow freely in our lives. I thank God for the love that surrounds me, for the health that sustains me, and for the joy that warms my heart. I know that life is full of ups and downs, but with faith and gratitude, everything becomes lighter. God gives us everything we need. He guides us with wisdom, provides us with opportunities, and shows us the way to achieve our dreams. Every step I take is accompanied by your divine presence, and every achievement is the fruit of your generous hand. I feel truly blessed to live a life full of love, joy, and prosperity. I am also grateful for the wonderful people He has placed in my path, for the friends who support me, for the family who loves me, and for those who, even from afar, root for my success. Each of them is a gift, a reflection of God's care in my life. Every day I renew my faith in the divine power that transforms, heals, and elevates. I thank you for the peace that calms my mind, for the happiness that fills my heart, and for the abundance that flows in my life. God is my source of strength, joy, and hope. And you? Have you stopped to say thank you today? Sometimes we get lost in the worries of everyday life and forget to value the blessings we already have. But know that by opening your heart to gratitude, you connect with the divine power of God, which is capable of transforming any situation. How about doing this exercise now? Close your eyes for a moment and think about everything you have to be grateful for. Feel God's love surrounding you, guiding your steps and showing you that, with faith, all things are possible. Life is a gift, and every moment is a chance to be grateful. If you like this message, stay with me. Let's explore more deeply how faith, gratitude, and trust in God can open doors to a life of abundance, joy, and success. Life is a wonderful mystery, full of twists and turns that we often don't understand at the moment. But when we trust God and give our worries to Him, we are able to see miracles happening. No matter how challenging the situation, God never abandons us. He is always by our side, supporting us and showing us that there is light at the end of the tunnel. How many times have you found yourself doubting the future, feeling trapped by fears and uncertainties? We all go through it, but it is in these moments that we need to remember that God did not create us to live in scarcity or suffering. He created us to experience fullness, joy, and abundance. All He asks of us is that we trust, that we have faith, and that we surrender to His plan. Faith is like a seed. When planted in our hearts and watered with gratitude, it blossoms into miracles. These miracles can be big or small, but they all have the power to transform our lives. Maybe it's an unexpected opportunity, a solution to a problem that seemed impossible, or even a moment of peace in the midst of chaos. All of this is God acting in our lives. When you put God at the center of your life, everything starts to make sense. Difficulties that previously seemed unbearable become surmountable challenges. The anguish that weighed on your heart turns into valuable lessons. And most of all, you begin to realize that you were never alone. God was always there, guiding every step, even when you didn't realize it. Of course, it's not always easy to keep the faith. In moments of pain, it is natural to question, doubt, and feel lost. But know that these feelings are also part of the process. They remind us that we are human and invite us to turn to God, looking to Him for the strength and direction we need. No matter the size of your doubt or the weight of your pain, God is always ready to welcome you, hear your prayers, and bring relief to your heart. Have you ever experienced the power of prayer? When you pray, you are establishing a direct connection with God. No matter where you are or how you are feeling, He hears every word, every thought, every sigh. And even when the answers don't come right away, know that God is working behind the scenes, preparing something special for you. Prayer is not just a cry for help. It is also a way of giving thanks, of recognizing the blessings we already have. Give thanks for your health, your family, your friends, your work, the roof over your head. Even be grateful for the challenges, as they are what strengthen your faith and shape your character. The more you give thanks, the more you realize how blessed your life is. Also remember that prosperity goes beyond material goods. It's about living a life rich in love, in joy, in purpose. It's about having peace of mind, healthy relationships, and a heart full of gratitude. When you understand this, you begin to attract everything you need to live fully. God knows exactly what you need, and He is always ready to provide. Today, make a commitment to yourself. Decide to live with more faith, with more gratitude, with more dedication. Decide to trust God, even when things don't make sense. Decide to be a source of light for others, sharing love, hope, and kindness. Because when you do this, you not only transform your own life, but also the lives of everyone around you. And so, day after day, you will see your life filled with miracles. You will see doors opening, paths unfolding, blessings multiplying. Because God is like this. He surprises us in ways we could never imagine. He loves us so deeply and completely that even in our darkest moments, He is there holding us and saying, "Trust me, because I am taking care of everything." When you choose to live by faith, something magical happens. You begin to realize that you are not at the mercy of life's circumstances, but that you have a powerful ally in God. At every step, at every challenge, He is there, guiding you, strengthening your decisions, illuminating your path. It is at that moment that you understand that what seemed impossible becomes possible. What once seemed like an insurmountable barrier is now just a step in the divine plan. Faith does not eliminate challenges, but it transforms the way you face them. When you trust God, you discover an inner strength you may not have known you had. This strength does not come from you alone. It is a reflection of God's love for you. It's as if He is constantly whispering to your heart, "I believe in you. I know what you are capable of. Don't give up, for I am with you." Maybe you are going through a difficult time right now. You may be wondering why certain things are happening in your life. I want you to know that even on the hardest days, there is a greater purpose being worked on. God does not waste any experience. He uses every hardship, every tear, every moment of pain to shape you, to strengthen your faith, and to prepare you for something greater. And that's where the power of gratitude comes in. Gratitude is not just about being grateful for what we already have, but also for what is to come. It's about believing that even when we can't see it, God is acting on our behalf. When you choose to be grateful, even in the most challenging situations, you are sending a message to the universe that you trust the divine plan. And that confidence moves mountains. Maybe you're wondering how to start manifesting this gratitude and faith in your daily life. It's simpler than it seems. Start with small gestures. When you wake up, Be grateful for another day, for another chance to live, love, learn. Throughout the day, pause to reflect on the good things that have happened, even if they are simple. A smile from a stranger, a kind word, a moment of peace. And when you go to sleep, give your worries to God. Tell him, Lord, I trust you. I know you're taking care of everything, and I commit my life into your hands. Something incredibly freeing about knowing that we don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. God is at our side, willing to share our burdens and give us rest. But remember, faith and gratitude are not just about receiving, they are also about sharing. When you bless others with words of encouragement, with gestures of kindness, you are expanding the flow of blessings in your life. God calls us to be light in the world, to be instruments of his peace and love. And in doing so, you not only transform the lives of others, but also your own. Have you ever noticed how small acts of kindness can make big impacts? A simple thank you can brighten someone's day. An I believe in you can renew hope in someone who was on the verge of giving up. Never underestimate the power you have to be a blessing in someone else's life. God calls us to live a life of abundance, but that abundance begins in the heart. It begins when we choose to believe that we are worthy of everything that is good. When we align ourselves with this purpose, we begin to attract wonderful things. Love flows more freely, the joy becomes more constant, and prosperity in all its forms becomes a reality. And remember, God is never late. He doesn't forget you. Your plans are perfect, and at the right time all things align. You may not understand now why certain things are happening, but trust. Trust that God is preparing something special, something that goes beyond what you can imagine. Keep believing, keep praying, keep giving thanks, and above all, continue walking with God. He will never fail you. He will never abandon you. He is your strength, your guide, your refuge. The more you walk with God, the more you realize that each step of the journey has a purpose. Nothing is wasted. Even the most difficult experiences carry lessons that shape us, that make us stronger, more resilient and more connected to what really matters. It is on these journeys, between ups and downs, that God transforms us from the inside out. Have you ever stopped to reflect on how the difficulties we face can lead us to a better version of ourselves? Maybe you went through something that, at the time, seemed unbearable. A moment when you questioned everything, even your faith. But looking back, you realize that it was at that exact moment that you found strength you didn't even know you had. It was there that God worked silently in your life, teaching you to trust, to persevere, and to value even more the blessings that would come later. That is the beauty of faith. It does not remove challenges, but it transforms the way we face them. With God by your side, obstacles stop being walls and become bridges. He does not promise that the path will always be easy, but he guarantees that we will never be alone. And that promise is more powerful than any difficulty we may face. Sometimes life pushes us into situations that are completely out of our control. And in those moments, it's easy to feel lost, helpless, like everything is falling apart. But know this, God is in control, even when you feel like you've lost your ground. He is there, holding your hand, guiding you through the valley to the mountain where the view will be clearer and the purpose will reveal itself. Have you ever noticed how the peace that comes from God is different from any other? It is not a peace that depends on circumstances or external events. It is a peace that transcends understanding, that invades the heart and calms the soul even in the midst of the storm. A silent reminder that no matter what happens, you are protected, cared for, and loved. And that's why gratitude is so important. When you choose to be grateful, even when things seem difficult, you are declaring to the universe that you trust God's plan. It's saying, I know this is part of something bigger. I believe the best is yet to come. This posture not only transforms your perspective, but also attracts even more blessings into your life. But maybe you're thinking, how can I be grateful when everything seems so hard? The answer lies in the small details. Gratitude does not mean ignoring difficulties or pretending that everything is fine. It means recognizing that even on the darkest days, there is something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the simple fact of waking up today, or having someone by your side, or even the strength to keep fighting. God never leaves us without reasons to be grateful. And the more you practice gratitude, the clearer God's presence in your life becomes. It's as if suddenly you begin to notice things that previously went unnoticed: a child's smile, the kindness of a stranger, the beauty of a sunset. They are small reminders that God is everywhere, taking care of every detail. And you know what's most incredible? When you live in gratitude and faith, you begin to attract everything you need. Doors that previously seemed closed begin to open. Solutions to problems begin to appear. Opportunities you thought were impossible become reality. This is no coincidence. It is the manifestation of God's love in your life. So I want you to take a break now. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Think about everything God has done for you. Remember the times He answered your prayers, the times He brought comfort to your heart, the times He made the impossible happen. Feel gratitude well up in your heart and let this feeling wash over you. Now imagine everything that is yet to come. Imagine the blessings that God is preparing for you, the miracles that are on the way, the victories that you will still celebrate. Believe this with all your being, because God is faithful and His promises never fail.